and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thank you for joining me today for the Taurus April 2022 horoscope. Well, it's a big month. Another big month rolls around, and we have lots of things happening. Some really exciting news concerning Jupiter, Neptune and Pluto. We also have, depending on where you live, and I'll explain later what that means, but depending where you are, you may have two new moons this month. The second one is known as a black moon, and there's also a partial solar eclipse. Just to let you know briefly what I do, I draw two tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. We'll have a look at your horoscope in depth. I won't be doing the psychic channeling this month because these videos are getting bigger than Ben-Hur now, so I'm trying to cut down on the time. There's no point, if it's just so big, so I'll skip that. If you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, so let's go to the board, and this is your horoscope here that we'll come to in a minute. And we're going to draw the two tarot cards. I have to be a bit careful doing this. I've already pre-shuffled these cards. All right, so I'm going to go with the top one. I'll close my eyes. So the first half of the month, something about, it's very futuristic actually what I'm seeing, and very modern, and it's some sort of travel involved, and it's some sort of vehicle, but I don't know how to describe it. I can just see part of it, and lots of curved surfaces, and if you were thinking of a car, you would say it was something like a Ferrari or something like that. It goes very fast. It gets you to your destination very fast. So the beginning of the month, we're coming up with the Seven of Cups. This is about you standing your ground, being assertive and standing up for yourself, okay, on an emotional level, okay. So it's about learning to control your emotions and also not to respond reactively to situations. But it may be that you learn this very fast. Maybe sometimes it's just appropriate to walk away and not get involved in, a debacle. This doesn't mean an argument per se. It just means that you're becoming more aware of your boundaries and what suits you and what doesn't suit you in various areas of your life, okay? Maybe one area or more than one area of your life involved here. Okay, so that's the first card. The second card of the month for April. All right, so we'll go with this one. Closing my eyes now. I get the colour blue. It's like sky blue, and so this means that a lot of ideas coming through, and the sky's the limit. So you're only limited by your imagination, basically. So opportunities abound. It could be quite exciting for you. Terrific, Taurus. The second half of the month, and we come up with the Knight of Swords. Okay, letting your thoughts fly high. Swords are always about the mental realm, and deciding with the swords, you have to sort of decide, make a decision and cut something out of your life. I don't know if you can see that on your monitor, but the knight here is holding a sword. And so you may make some important decisions this month as you fly on the back of an eagle towards liberation. Your thoughts can carry you to freedom. Okay, so that is exciting. And with knights, it's about going out into the world, venturing out into the world. And sometimes it might be something that you don't have a lot of experience with. And if it's not you, perhaps your son or a young person with male energy is doing this, and it could be regarding, deciding what their future life direction is going to be in terms of career, and cutting out some of those options and narrowing it down to a career that actually suits their temperament. Okay, so that's all well and good, and those are the cards as theme cards. All right, so I want to talk about the new moons. So this has happened last month as well. The second new moon is if you are west of Salt Lake City. East of Salt Lake City. And so there's going to be a new moon here on the 31st of March or on the 1st of April, joining Mercury, Sun and Chiron. Okay, so this is quite a time for you to enhance your spirituality, terrific Taurus. So you could be feeling rather sensitive or moody with this, but it is a great time for spirituality generally, meditating, paying special attention to your dreams and intuition, and you might plant some seeds now for your spiritual life in the future, because they can rejuvenate and enliven you as they grow. There's also it's also important to note that there's a lot of activity on this side of the chart, and so this is known as an independent chart because you're not so reliant on other people perhaps. Your ruler, Venus, is going into the 11th house, and this will help you with new connections, new friendships, new groups. And Venus likes to be very polite and smooth the way so you can make the connections that you need. Pluto is conjunct Neptune in Pisces, which is very exciting, brings another, more spiritual dimension into your life when these two get together here. And this is in your friends, groups, and connections house, but also your hopes and dreams. So you might find that spiritually you're really advancing and growing. We also have Jupiter sextiling Pluto, making a favourable, easy link, Jupiter here and Pluto up here. And so this is going to broaden your life in a spiritual sense. You might also be interested in study or travelling to exotic places to grow your spiritual life in some way. Let's have a look at this in depth now. With Pluto too, I should say this is a very powerful force and not something to be sneezed at. But yeah, it's like you're on the precipice or you're on the cusp of something, some major sort of opportunity in your life. From the 6th of April to the 14th, from the 4th of April to the 2nd of May, I should say, Venus moves into your 11th house as well. Again, friends, groups and connections. You're going to meet new people. There are multiple influences here indicating there are new people coming into your life. And these are people that are going to share some sort of common ideal or some sort of common purpose. And you could be feeling quite friendly, more cooperative than usual, and you want to get out and socialise. It's also possible that there could be some sort of gala event or a party to go to, and music, singing and art could also be highlighted. Now from the 6th to the 14th of April, Jupiter is conjuncting Neptune, as I mentioned before. This is very lovely. Your imagination just skyrockets now. The exotic, the mystical and the fantastic appeal. It's not a time to, if you are feeling bored with your daily routine, it's not a time to put up with it. Now's the time to do something exciting. And you might find it hard to concentrate on mundane matters because you could be daydreaming, okay, especially about vacation and travel. You may have a new surge of spiritual inspiration coming through, strong spiritual forces. It's a great time to go to spiritual functions and read inspirational literature, and time to open your mind to a grand vision and, allow yourself to have the highest aspirations as possible. 10th of April to the 29th of April, Mercury moves into your sign here, and you're likely to speak out and let your voice be heard. You could have been thinking about things for a while but not said anything, and now it's like it's going to come out. You're probably feeling more keen and alert than usual, and it's an excellent time to, initiate discussions and the only sort of possible issue is you've got so much communication energy for putting your message out into the world. The only possible thing is that you have to remember to listen what other people have to say, okay? Communication is a two-way street. 13th of April to the 24th of May, Mars moves into your 11th house of hopes and dreams. This is so much activity happening here this month. You may be invited to play some sort of leadership role in a group or take some initiative in a group situation. You could be feeling very fired up about your ideals and stir other people into action. There could be team sports and group efforts that appeal to you now. Okay, so as I mentioned before, there's multiple influences here with all of these planets, and especially in Pisces, it's like time to go with the flow. Alrighty, 13th of April to the 16th of April, Mars sextiles your ascendant. This is great for communications because you're more likely to be quite clear and above board with your communications. And even if there are differences with other people, you can sort of smooth it over and put your point of view across without, offending other people. You're probably feeling a bit more confident than usual, and people are quite likely to listen to you and follow your lead now. The 16th of the month sees a full moon in your house of partnerships, open enemies, and also legalities. So it could be something gets stirred up in these areas. Something comes up out of your subconscious. So it's a great time to pay attention to what your important partners have to say, whether they be business or personal partners, maybe a spouse perhaps. And it could be, that you need to put some attention or energy into some of these relationships, okay? Because it's full moon, it can also indicate it's time to connect with important women in your life, particularly your mother, okay, or your wife, if you have a wife. And then we have from the 18th of April to the 20th of May, the sun moves into your sign as well. This is all about you coming out, stepping out into the world and, making your voice heard. You're making a strong statement to the world, and you can make quite the impression on other people. People are likely to recognize you, follow what you suggest, and even if they don't agree with you, they'll probably stay out of your way anyway. You're more likely to have vitality and confidence, be able to get your point across so you can do what you want to do. The 28th of April to the 22nd of May, Mercury moves into your second house here. And so there could be a lot of discussions about the things that you value, including money and your possessions, maybe your material security. You could be thinking about how you spend money and manage your resources, and it's a great time to consult with a financial planner or accountant to get your business affairs in order. The 30th of April sees the partial solar eclipse and black moon in most of the world and west of Salt Lake City in your sign here. This means that you'll probably be more perceptive, more sensitive than usual. You'll be able to pick up the emotional currents of other people around you. So just take notes. Sometimes when that happens, we think it's us and it's not. We're picking up something from somebody else. It's a great time for you to be at home. It's very important that you feel comfortable now. You may not be as objective as what you normally are because all of this subconscious energy coming up. But that's okay. You could react from habit. More than, treating something as, or it could be triggered from the past, but it's really a new situation. So just, be aware of that. The 30th of April to the 3rd of May sees Mars sextiling Uranus. It brings an opportunity for excitement and physical thrills. It's great to get out and about and do something out of the ordinary, go to a new restaurant, go to a restaurant from another country. It's interesting trying different food. You could have a lot of energy and some quick reflexes. You may want to play some sort of team sport, and you're generally more spontaneous. You're allowing spirit to work through your life. Uranus brings sort of unpredictable situations, but because this is at Mars sextiling Uranus, it's probably something quite positive. If you can allow space in your life for spirit to work through you. You might have some rather crazy desires that people tell you are crazy, but they make complete sense to you. So it's a good idea to follow those up. 27th of April to the 7th of May, Jupiter sextiles Pluto. This is fabulous for business. You find under this influence, businesses, government agencies and organisations are probably the focus of your attention in some way. They will probably support you, and it might be quite surprising, because even if you've been to these authority figures in the past and they haven't helped you, now they're more likely to help you. So they could do a bit of a backflip in order to help you. You could also be called upon to be a representative of an organisation or to assume some sort of leadership role, and if that's the case, it's likely to be quite successful. I'll just put this up like this so that you can see better if you want to write anything down. Okay, there we go. Remember these cards, be assertive, stand up. You'll have more confidence than usual, so you can probably do that, and go out and explore the world, with your ideas and your communications. Okay, so this could be a very, very sort of beneficial month for you. Terrific, Taurus. Okay, so that's it. It's a full-on busy time, but opportunities for some really good things to grow your life this month. Thanks so much for listening. If you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Okay, have a wonderful month, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.